So you're just trying to kind of get a little bend. I'd actually bend your elbows a little more just to take more contact and bring his head down more. So you want the top of his head, you're going to keep circling, kind of below your chest level, and right now it's above your chest level. So you might feel like you're pulling more, so hold a little more. Yep. So with your left hand, keep your fingers a little tighter around the rein, and then your right hand's going to kind of squeeze and relax. Yep. And then as you're doing this, open your mouth, take a deep breath, and let it out. Yeah. Good, that's a good bend. So we're just trying to get him to relax. And again, he's high-headed, that's how he's built. But we know if we get his head down, he's gonna be calmer. You're doing really good. Yep, so perfect circle. Good. So now what we're gonna do in a minute is we're going to pick 2 other poles and we're going to circle the other way around them. Yeah. So finish this circle and then you can go to any of the other poles and you're just going to go the other way. And then as you're like changing direction, then you'll start squeezing with your left hand instead of your right, and then looking the direction you want to go so he knows where he's going. And if his head comes up, always think of bending your outside elbow or the elbow on the outer side of your circle, because it's usually we drop it and then their shoulders are drifting out. Yep. So now you're kind of just squeezing and relaxing with your left rein, but with your right hand, make your fingers a little bit tighter. Yep. So we're always trying to kind of ride the horse from the inside and pushing them onto our outside rein, because it will make it more balanced for them to carry us. Yeah, you're doing everything right. He's just like, let's take a break. This is a long day. So you're doing good. So that's what I would do in the parking lot if I was waiting for people. I would just make up my own circle and then I would start like making a figure 8. So that's what we're going to do now, is now you're going to switch back and forth in between the 2 circles. Yep. And again, if his head comes up, then tighten the fist in both hands. And then once his head comes down, support with your outside rein or your left rein, and the inside rein you squeeze and relax. And then when you switch directions, you do the opposite. You're a very good rider, which is great. That makes it much easier. Yep. And you're grasping the concept, so that's perfect. So just do this a couple more times. So again, you can usually do this in the parking lot. You can do it around people's trailers. You're just trying to give him something to make him think, but let his feet move so he moves around and he starts paying attention and not be focused on the other horses screaming or moving around as people are mounting. Now we're doing a leg yield. So first we get him straight. Good. Then we're going to think we want to go back to the rail, and then your hands will go towards the fence, left leg on and off, and your right leg completely off unless he gets too crooked. If he goes faster, half halt. Don't worry about the poles. You just go over them if they're in the way. Yep. So that was good. We're going to try it again on the other side. So as you push him, if he is going faster and not sideways, it means we have to hold him more and block the forward. So then you might have to half halt every time you touch him with your left leg, because that will tell him that door is not open, so I need to go sideways, not forward. So we'll try it again once you get over the pole. That's okay. Yep. So you want to think, I want to go back towards the fence, kind of shift your weight a little that way, and then your hands will go towards the fence. Open your right rein a little more. Yep, and then left leg on and off. Good job. Yep. Good. So you'll try it one more time on the other side. Pressure on the reins and add your leg. And then you'll kind of pull, and once he goes back, you'll release a little bit. Look over his head. Yep. So it's always pull, release, pull, release, pull, release. And then once he's straight, he's pretty good. Oh, now he's kind of good. Now go forward. So now release and leg. So can you feel the back end get underneath you? Okay, that's okay. So we'll try it again, but keep walking. We're going to pick another spot. Yep. Now, if we do this again, don't go on that side of the mounting block. Okay, because that actually go forward, because that's cheating. Because that's holding you too straight. Yep. Okay, so always stop with his head down. Remember, so when you stop, hold pressure till his head goes down. Now you're gonna back up. So look through his ears, apply pressure, and then add leg if he doesn't back up. Leg, yeah. Because in the end, you're trying to get him to go backwards more from your leg and not so much reins.
Okay.
Keep going backwards, he's crooked. Look over his ears. Now go forward.
Oh, I felt it that time.
Yes, but you're a little slow.
Okay.
So remember, stop with his head down. Then back up, but light pressure and look over his head. And if you see him bunching up his neck, try to use less rein pressure. It's okay. Don't release until he takes that real step backwards. That's better. Keep going and make sure he's straight. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And then go forward. Yeah.
Okay, so question.
Yes.
I'm asking him to back with, with giving him the command with the reins and then following through with the legs.
Yes.
When I'm ready to go forward, what am I going to do different other than maybe my seat?
I push my hands forward.
Okay.
And I push a little bit with my seat, not a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
So not the legs, it's more the seat.
Oh, no, I use both. Sorry. I use both, but I release the reins forward.
Okay.
So then it opens that door.
Okay.
So when I back up, I block the front door. And then when I'm ready to go forward, I release the front door so they can go through it.
Okay.
So try it again, just up there somewhere and see how it goes. Back up a lot.
Okay.
So I'd try it there. Don't give in, keep going. And remember, the more he tucks his head in, the less rein you should use. So you're staring at his head and he's very crooked.
Yeah.
But you can't be straight if you're staring at his head. Yep, keep going backwards because you got to back up and then go forward. See, that time I saw you added leg first. Yep, good. Now go forward. That was good. So the things I would work on, like when you get home, you can do this on trail. You just got to tell your friends, stop for a second and practice it. But you want to teach him to back up straight, teach him to go forward, and you're trying to get it so he's not so over tucked, if that makes sense. And you have to look. Yeah, just over his ears, not at the sky. But the horse doesn't know where you want to go if you stare at their head. So to me, crooked, and I didn't see any impulsion to go forward.
Right.
Yeah. And you're trying to back up, get him straight, and then immediately go forward. If you pause, they'll just slowly dribble off.
Okay.
So it's just like me, like I back up and then I roll forward.
Okay.
Okay. So we're not going to do it anymore this direction. Now we're going to do the turn on the forehand. So I'm going to have you stop again. Okay. And then get his head down. So every time you stop, get his head down. It's okay if he backs up by accident. Now let him sit on a looser rein. Okay. So we're going to do the turn on the forehand. This is so you have directions to look at. Also called disengaging the hindquarter. Pretty darn similar. It makes the horse move its feet. It helps them because they're crossing over so they can't plant their feet to take off, bolt, rear, etc. and kill us. So we practice it by the fence, and then you can practice it anywhere once you have it good. The object is the front end stays still and the back feet go around. So they're pretty much pivoting on their front end.
Okay.
So it's not walking a circle. A circle will not stop them from bucking, rearing, and bolting. You have to pivot so they can't use the power of their back end.
Okay.
So since we're doing it next to the fence, we're going to turn to the right. So it's going to be a little right rein, a little right leg. So you'll be looking at the chickens and then back towards my horses. And then the object today is just to face the other direction. Yeah, so you'll be going that way. So you'll turn towards the fence, his head will go towards the fence, and then you'll go that way. And we're stopping afterwards. You're not walking away.
Okay.
Yep. Now, as you do it, you have to look. If you don't look, the horse gets confused.
Okay.
The opposite side, this side, the left side, prevents him from drifting. So as you're turning, if he started drifting to the left, you would all of a sudden use your left rein and leg or stop him and then continue.
Okay.
Okay? It's okay. All right, so when you're ready, get your reins short. You're turning toward the fence, so to the right, and you cannot look at his head. So look at the trees or the chickens. Turn your head. He knows what to do.
Oh, you didn't want me to stop?
You just walked forward.
Oh.
You had it, and instead of finishing pushing him over, you let him walk forward.
Oh, okay.
It's very important. People don't get it, and I go, why? I go, well, because if you let them walk forward, when you try to do this when you're having a major problem, they're not going to do it well, and then they're going to have the power, and they're going to do something bad with it.
Okay.
So you have to be very precise on what you're doing, and you have to look where you're going. So when you started, you went like this. You have to be like, I want to go that way.
Okay.
So you really have to look. So what I want you to do now is we're going to do it again toward the fence to the left now. Yep. But you have to turn, before you even turn your horse, you have to turn your head towards those trees and then look at the round pen.
Okay.
And don't let those front feet move.
Okay.
That was good. That was really good. But you have to practice it, and you have to practice it on trail, because the day you need it, it won't be there if you haven't. So now do it the same way towards the fence until we face the other way. But again, if you look, he knows what to do. You just have to look, and your intentions are, I'm turning towards those trees, and then I'm looking at those horses, so he knows. They really do figure out, because we do stuff with our body. And then don't let the front feet move. Hold them. Yep, keep after him with your leg. That's perfect. So again, if you were doing something and he was trying to rear up and you're like, he won't move over, you get more aggressive. You start bopping him with your leg. So right now, you did good, but he's not straight. So you got to finish it. Don't let him walk forward. He's got to turn his hind quarter. Don't look at his head. Bump him. Yep. And so with your rein, you kind of crossed it over too much. You can just pull it towards this hip. So try it again, because when you're doing it, he's getting very anxious. So a little less rein. Pull on your left rein. So you did it right, except your left hand is in front of it, so it allowed him to go forward.
Got it.
So finish trying to push him over just a little bit more. Don't pull your right hand towards your right hip. Does that make sense? You're doing more of an indirect rein, and it's making him get antsy. So pull your right hand towards the top of your right hip right now. Yeah, and now a little right leg. Stop looking at his head. Now nudge him with your heel and then hold him with your left leg. That's okay. Lean back. Turn him more. Turn him. Good. That's okay. I wonder if it's the music. So now come in the middle. Okay, so when you're ready, don't look at his head, but look where you want to go. Lean back. Don't pull that hand too much. Now, see how he's drifting a little, so that's when you might have to block with the other rein and leg. Yep, and look where you want to go. So turn your head to the right. Pull it out. Now bump him with that. That's okay. Keep turning. Doesn't matter. Breathe. Yep, get his head down. Yep, keep turning. Look where you want to go. Turn your head. Now stop. Now rub him, and then we're going to try him again. So with you, when you're doing some of this stuff, he gets a little, he jumps. He never jumps with me. So it means you're not being clear, and then he gets worried. You're doing something that maybe somebody else did, and then they got after him. So when he gets stuck, your rein's more like this. Just open it out, then pull it back. Because when you do that, it will make his back end go.
Okay.
Okay? So try it again. Yep. But every time you feel him get anxious, open your mouth, keep breathing, talk to him, it doesn't matter. And keep looking where you want to go. Because some of the times you're not looking far enough.
Okay.
Unless you have bad neck, then that's different. Hold, breathe. Left leg. Think of where you want to go. Use your brain to communicate, and then if he's not going, open that rein, then pull it back. Look, you're looking at his head. Yep, turn your head. Always look first. Yep. It's okay. Yep. Go out with your rein. Yep. There you go. Turn your head. Yep, breathe. Out with that one rein. Yep. It's okay. Yep, turn your head more. There you go. Yep, now stop. So better. It's much better. On Terry's house. Turn his head a little more right. Does that make sense? So his head's going a little too much to the left when you're doing it. So
You said right and I turned left.
yeah, that's okay. So when you do the leg yield, you either want their head straight or turned in a little bit. So we'll try it on the other side. Once you turn and he's straight, we'll immediately start trying to do it. So get him straight, slow down, make a circle. Yeah, so look over here, use your eyes. Whoops. Yeah, because you're not off the rail far enough. Does that make sense? The space to leg yield, there you go. So now go straight first and then start pushing him over. Open up your left rein towards the fence, turn your palm in. Stop. I'm gonna fix you, stop. Don't look at his, try it again, and we're gonna try for 2 steps. So that leg off, hands that way. Yep, keep bumping him till he goes. So that's 1, and do 1 more. Good, now stop, good. Now he gets another break for like 5-10 seconds, then we're gonna go 3 steps that way. So this is another thing, you try it when you're ready, but this is another thing you can do when you're waiting for your friends or something's coming and you want the horse to move its feet so it's not freaked out. So that was good. So now we're gonna do it the opposite way, but we're gonna start with 1 step. Now they get confused, so when you go to push him, he might go the wrong way. You just keep asking till he goes 1 step that way. And then don't look at his head. Yep. Nope. No.
Wasn't a step?
No, you're totally crooked right now.
Okay.
So first straighten him out, don't look down. Yep, and you allowed him to walk forward to go straight, which means his back end just got weaker. So he was crooked, you should have just pushed him over, like did a little turn on the forehand.
Oh, okay.
But instead you're like, it's easier to walk forward. I'm like, yeah, it's really easy.
Yeah.
So every time with him, you're trying to make him move his hind quarter so he engages it. Okay, so try to go 1 step that way and don't look down. It's not, this is his harder direction. Keep asking him, don't give up. Don't cross that rein over. There you go. Now straight, now stop. That's okay. He stepped on his foot. Now rub him. And then you're gonna try it again. So you did everything well, and then you shortened your rein, which was perfect. So try a couple steps this way. Don't look at his head. That's the big confusion. Don't look at his head. Look at me. Yep. If he's going backwards, push your hands forward. Yep, but lower your hands. There you go. Now stop. So you pushed him forward, but you pushed him up. So that doesn't release. It's got to be pushed forward and kind of down. Yep. Okay. So he got confused in the beginning, and when he got confused, you just stared at his head. So you have to look up, get prepared, and then ask him to do it. So try it again. Yep. So remember, stare at my head, not him. You can feel where he's going. Don't look at his head. Yep. Bump him if he's confused. Sometimes you got to get a little tough for them to figure it out. Keep after him. Yep. Keep going. There you go. That's okay. It's okay that he stepped on himself. Now rub him. Because you didn't do that. He's doing that because he's getting anxious. Yep. Now try it again. Before he forgets, just try for 1 step. Good. Now stop and rub him. Good.